Hello, hello, hello. Oh gosh. We're not editing that out. Hello, hello everyone. It's your voice Snouzer, and we are here. I messed that up anyway, we'll just stick with it. We are here on this fine morning. It's the 18th. A lot of things have happened in the past few days. I guess we should start off with that before we actually hit some mobs. Um, we usually start on our other screen, but that's okay because we're gonna hop on that screen anyway, right? A few days ago, Miro, she dropped her cover. I recommend you go check it out if you like the No Games, No Life opening. Right? Amazing opening, by the way. An amazing anime, of course. Right? Hopefully we get another season. I'm still hoping. Right? I'll forever be hoping for that. Forever be hoping for that. Um, right? W cover, right? W cover. I love that cover. It was amazing. Uh, yeah, go check it out. Right. I'll leave a link to it for sure. Down in the description. Go check there if you want to go check that out. Right. But also with a few other things that we saw very hilarious things because a lot of things have been happening. Quite naturally, you had this situation with the casting of this person, this very interesting person, right? And you could have had this, you could have had this, right? You could have had this, right? I think some people are still going to play the game. I played the first one. I might play the second one depending on how good it is. I seen the gameplay on it. It doesn't look bad. So I might play it, but it's the voice actor here is very interesting. A very interesting person, I should say. Right? Could have had this person yet again, right? Could have had this person. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Ghost of Tsushima. You could have had that person instead, right? Steam has also been, it's not Steam's fault, from my understanding. It it's the it's Mastercard and Visa who are quite naturally these third party people enforcing rules on these platforms. It's just like the same thing with anime and things like that. Over there in Japan, they're trying to enforce rules with what you can spend your money on for some odd reason. Very very interesting, by the way. So it's like they're trying to tell you how to spend your money, right? Essentially, right? You shouldn't be spending your money on these things, right? Because quite naturally, like, we say so, even though it's your money. Like, like what? That makes no sense, right? I think someone talked about it also with PayPal. I think PayPal has something. Let me know. Right, I'm not too sure about that. I think PayPal has something similar to this as well, um, with enforcing rules on the people who use their money. That just sounds ridiculous. Like, when you really think about it, that just sounds ridiculous. They're trying to tell you how to spend your money, right? Like, whatever. Okay, dude. Right? And then there's a this was yesterday, probably even like a day ago, well, before this, of course, right? Uh, a lot of outrage due to the casting. They're like, it's very funny because you go back to, like, you go back to this. It's like, like, oh, the person who's way more attractive, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? We don't want the attractive person, right? For this, the person that looks like Link doesn't matter, right? We even for right, these people made the rules, right? But they want someone who looks just like Link to play as Link, right? Just gotta point that out, right? They want someone that looks like Link to play Link, but that person doesn't get cast as Link. But didn't a lot of people want it for Ellie for Last of Us 2, for the person who looked like Ellie, or the person that does look there's many people that would have pulled off the Ellie look a lot more, uh, far better than the current person cast for Ellie. Right? People were saying that for that, but for this, it's like, oh, we want someone who looks like her. That person doesn't get selected. It's like, that happened to the people for Last of Us. So That's to be expected here. Hey, that's my 2 cents. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Let's play some Black Desert. Right, we've had some interesting Black thing. I said, not editing that out. Like, we've already had too many mess ups to stop now. Um, we've had a lot of information come out for Black Desert. Like yesterday, we watched Biceptus. We might have another video going into detail for a lot of the changes that are going to come to to the PvP scene. It's a lot of changes, right? I guess we can talk like about a few of them. I guess we can talk about like a few of them, like so that some of you guys can understand like the things that they're changing. They're removing all resistance from the game. Well, they're not removing it. I should say they're removing. They're change. I might die. That you didn't see that, right? You didn't see shit, okay, guys. Right? Just pretend you didn't see that. Um, but they're changing the resistance towards only PVE. It's not going to be PvP anymore. Um, some people say this is unfair. They don't like it. They shouldn't do this. It's gonna kill the game. You know the basic shit. Right? We're just gonna skip this one because we died on it. Right? We died and we acknowledge that we died there. So I should just skip it. But they're doing that. They're taking out mouse movement, right? Mouse movements have has been pretty strong for quite some time, for 10 plus years on PC. Even though we don't have that on console, of course, quite naturally, we don't have anything that could give us an advantage in that regard. Some people wanted that, like wanted to be able to do the mouse movement thing on a controller, but yeah, I think it's just not possible due to how the controller works. All right, right? They're taking that out of the game. Mouse movement's been pretty freaking strong for so long, right? And I feel like it's one of those things that it doesn't benefit every class. It only benefits certain characters, right? And if you're playing a certain character that has like a lot of skills that can utilize mouse movement, you have far more of an advantage against pretty much everyone just because your kit kind of has more of that capability. It's like something like it's broken in the game, but you're able to do it and it gives you advantage, right? It kind of reminds me of that enemy, Shagiri Shagiri La Frontier. If you ever watch an anime, that's a good anime. I can't wait till they get their third season. That's gonna be freaking epic, right? That's gonna be so epic. Right, the anime's been really good. Because I remember for one of their episodes, they have like he's going off like playing other games besides like the main game that he's playing now, right? The god tier game as he call it, right? Because most of the games he's used to playing, there's always a bug in those games, or there's like things you can abuse in those games to be be far stronger than what you're supposed to be. And essentially, like one of those games, I think it was like a fighter game he was playing. So essentially, like in BDO, the mouse movement thing is a bug that essentially you are able to abuse. And you're not allowed. Essentially, you're not even supposed to be able to do it in the first place. But quite naturally, they let it rock for so long because it wasn't that big of a deal, and it was a skill gap for such a long time that I kind of messed up here. I kind of just realized because I was over there like hitting mobs. I kind of forgot, but it's been in the game for so long and it's been broken that they kind of just let it rock for so long. And then now they're just like, okay, you know what? Since we're kind of like more of a casual, friendly game now, we kind of have to remove these unfair advantages in PvP because it discouraged people from PvP. If I'm being fair, like if I'm being really honest, that does discourage people because if you're playing a class that doesn't have these things, or there's really nothing that you can abuse in your kit, or like you're fighting against someone who's like impossible to hit, so it's an anti skill in a sense. Like if you got like really good aim, essentially it literally removes that whole like gimmick of, well, not that gimmick, but removes that whole like skill factor of having good aim. So hey, mouse movement gone from the game. People are not gonna like it. That sucks, right? It sucks, right? Because it's something like people worked really hard on, right? You know how sad I was when they like kind of nerfed my skating. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Like I kind of just deal with it now. they nerf archer skating in a sense, but they made our kit a little bit just a little bit stronger. So it's like, it compensates for like us not having to kite as much anymore. So we can essentially we can kill you if we're kiting. Like we still kite, but we can kill you now, right? If you're trying to approach us. And they kind of just gave us like the ranger effect, I guess you can say. Like the ranger effect is that she can kill you while she kites, right? Suck ranger to be exact. Um, you will die if you are chasing an archer, is what I'm gonna say for sure, if that archer has the gear, is the key thing. So like I guess those are only two changes I'll mention. There's a lot more other changes that I'll probably save for like another video if you're interested in that. Right, we'll talk about that for that video, of course. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Um, we'll leave a link to Miro's cover for No Game No Life opening. We'll leave. I guess we'll. Should I leave a link to these posts? I'm not sure. I probably won't. I probably won't. Or I'll probably forget, most likely. Maybe I should. I'll just throw them in there if y'all want to go check it out for yourself to see the comments, right? The comments are freaking hilarious, so I'll do that for sure. Uh, right, we'll leave it at that. Like the video, share, do all those amazing things. I love you all, guys. Stay good, stay safe. Later, everyone.